In a remote village on the edge of a dense, dark forest, there was a tale that sent chills through every soul who heard it. It was the story of a ghost they called Yotei. Long ago, when the moon was full and the night thick with shadows, people whispered about Yotei, a spirit who roamed the village by night, searching for those foolish enough to enter his forbidden forest. But Yotei wasn't always a ghost. Once, he was a reclusive man, a keeper of secrets, someone who knew the mysteries of the woods better than anyone. Some said he communed with spirits, others believed he guarded the forest's hidden powers. Then, one dark and silent night, Yotei vanished. No one saw him leave, no one found a trace of him, only rumors remained. Some believed he was killed, his secrets stolen. But his soul, it was never at peace. They say he returned, as a ghost, to haunt anyone daring enough to walk his path and uncover what he left behind. Now, they say, if you wander into the forest on a full moon, and you hear the eerie creak of branches around you, that's when he'll find you. You'll feel his icy fingers on your shoulder, and if you're brave enough to turn around, you'll see him there, a pale face, hollow eyes, and then, nothing. Just a haunting laughter that echoes in the stillness of the night. And so, no one dares to enter the forest, not under a full moon, not while Yotei waits. Long ago, on the island of Tsushima, nestled between Japan and Korea, there was a legend born from the fires of war, the legend of the Ghost of Tsushima. During the brutal Mongol invasions of the 13th century, Tsushima became the stage for fierce and bloody battles. But out of this darkness, a warrior emerged. His name was Jin, a fearless samurai who fought not only for his land but for the very soul of his people. Jin was bound by the samurai code, honor, loyalty, and strength. But as he faced the overwhelming might of the Mongol forces, he realized that honor alone could not win this war. To protect Tsushima, Jin had to become something else. He had to abandon the samurai way, and embrace the shadows. They called him the Ghost. As the Ghost, Jin became a symbol of hope and vengeance, a phantom who struck fear into the Mongol invaders. Moving like a shadow, he appeared in the dead of night, attacking with silence and disappearing without a trace. The Mongols whispered of him as more than a man, they believed he was a supernatural force, an unstoppable spirit. Though Jin was mortal, his legacy lived on, even after his death. To this day, it's said that the Ghost of Tsushima still haunts the island, a guardian, a warrior, watching over his people, ready to rise whenever they are threatened. His story remains etched in Japan's history, a legend of courage, sacrifice, and the spirit of a warrior who refused to surrender. In a small remote village, there was an old abandoned castle on top of a hill overlooking the village. This castle had witnessed ages of wars and battles, and had housed kings and warriors, but eventually fell into oblivion, becoming nothing more than ruins covered in thorns and mystery. Over time, rumors began to spread about a ghost inhabiting this castle, a ghost said to be a brave warrior who had protected these lands for hundreds of years. According to legend, this warrior was named Raoul, a brave knight known for his strength and loyalty to the king. One night, during a fierce battle around the castle, Raoul's forces were ambushed. He fought to his last breath but was mortally wounded and died near the castle's gate, denied burial with his fellow soldiers. It was said that his spirit found no peace, remaining around the castle as an eternal guardian, waiting for revenge against those who abandoned him. Years passed, and the castle became forbidden to the villagers. Anyone approaching it at night would hear strange sounds, like echoes of heavy footsteps resonating within the empty walls. Some spoke of seeing Raoul's ghost clad in his armor, quietly roaming the castle grounds, his sword shimmering in the moonlight as a reminder of his strength and desire for vengeance. None of the villagers dared to approach the castle, but one day, a young man named Lucas arrived in the village. He was adventurous and curious, not believing in superstitions. Upon hearing the story of the castle ghost, he decided to defy all warnings and explore it himself. Lucas snuck into the castle on a cloudy night when the moon was hidden behind the clouds. Upon entering the crumbling gate, he felt a strange chill, as if the air around him had frozen. He wandered through the stone corridors, and when he reached the main courtyard, he noticed something moving in the darkness. Suddenly, the ghost of Raoul appeared before him, his body translucent and features sharp, his eyes burning with an unquenchable fire. Lucas froze in place, but gathered his courage and said, "Who are you? And what binds you here?" The ghost replied in a deep, haunting voice, "I am Raoul, the eternal guardian of this castle. I was betrayed and neglected, and my soul found no peace. You, who dared to enter my realm, shall witness my wrath." Lucas felt a shiver run through him, but he decided to try to understand the root of this anger. He began speaking to the ghost, trying to convince him to let go of the past, explaining that times had changed and revenge would not bring him peace. In an unexpected moment of calm, the ghost of Raoul paused and looked at Lucas with eyes full of sorrow. The ghost realized that what the young man was saying might be true, and that it was time to let go of this heavy burden and move on. As dawn approached, the ghost began to slowly fade, leaving behind faint echoes of tales from the past. Since that night, Raoul's ghost was never seen again in the castle, and the place seemed less gloomy and less frightening. Thanks to Lucas's bravery, Raoul's spirit finally found peace, while the villagers continued to tell the story of the young man who faced the castle's ghost and helped free him from his eternal bonds.